Hi guys, welcome back to Plan with Karina. Today I am setting up the January monthly in my Tilly Journals 7x9. This is my new one. I haven't done a setup for this with dashboards or anything. I'm still deciding what I want to do with that, so I'm going to carry on and plan with me in it, but there may be a setup video coming later. The kit that I'm using today is the Resolutions, the monthly kit from Anna at Plannerface. Yeah, I'm going to hand write all of my to-do lists and things in it. So yeah, so I'm going to crack on. I'm going to do a voiceover on top of this, as well as, again, I just like to plan in silence. Well, not silence, I have my music playing, but I don't like to talk whilst I'm planning. So let's get on with it. Okay, so first of all, I'm just lying down the top bar and the full box sidebar. Excuse my head in the video, you will see this a couple of times. I haven't quite figured out my camera layout so that I can see without having to get my head in the shot. Once I've done that, I place the day headers along the top grey bar. One of the reasons I do like doing voice notes is because in this particular video, I was filming whilst my husband was in the same office space, and we were having lots of conversations. There was lots of Taylor Swift singing, and nobody needs to hear that. So next, I laid down the date flags. I'm just going to speed through all this because this is the boring bit. Next, I'm just using the design boxes and filling in the blank days. So now on to the coming lists for the month. The first thing I'm doing is laying down the boxes, and then for the most part, I go and add the doodles later. So the first thing I've got going on Thursday the 2nd is a pre-diabetes session. I recently had some blood tests where they were showing I was at risk of type 2 diabetes, and that this is a way of managing those. So for the most part, I've been going every 2 weeks. I think it drops off to once a month by the end of February. So this was the first session of the year. Next, I laid down a doodle and was going to just write next to it, but decided that I would, at the end, that I had a box, and go back and kind of peel it up and put down a box and then the doodle back over it. I get paid every 4 weeks without fail, so that meant in January I had 2 paydays, and this was the first one. So I used the piggy bank doodle from the kit. Next, on the Saturday, I did some overtime. I haven't put my work shifts in here because I do the same shifts every week. So this was an overtime shift, so I used the flag to mark it. Next, my husband and my son have recently started having their haircut at home because my son is potentially ADHD and he really struggles with having his hair cut because of the senses with the noise at a hairdresser's, the stuff falling in his eyes. So we've started having them at home to see if that makes it more comfortable, and so far so good. Next is on to Wednesday the 8th. I was recently in a small accident before Christmas. I say recently, before Christmas. And whilst my car is still drivable, it needed some dents removing. So the car was due to be picked up. We'd arranged for it to be picked up on this day. I will say, having done the voiceover, the day of, we found out that the insurance had accidentally cancelled it. Um, and we have since rebooked in to have the car picked up at the end of March. But that's another problem for another day. Then I had another session for pre-diabetes. As I said, they were every 2 weeks, but because of the Christmas holidays, the previous one should have been the week before, but they moved it back a week, so I had two in a row. I first laid down a box for coffee with my friend who from an old job. She's got a little boy and girl who's at nursery with my little girl. So we met up for coffee, and for them to have a play date. Ah, here I did use a doodle straight away. As you can see, I wrote down payday, and then, as I say, didn't like it, and I do go back and add in a box. Then I laid down a sticker for a sleepover for the kids. They both had a sleepover at um, the separate grandparents. So my little girl went to my parents' house, and my little boy went to my husband's parents' house for a sleepover, which meant a bit of a quiet night and a night to do whatever we wanted for me and my husband. And because it's a nice little thing, I used this bow. Next, I took my son and one of his closest classmates to the cinema. We had promised them a treat if they had had a good week at school, because they both find school difficult and they wanted to see Sonic, the new Sonic movie. Um, as you can see, I added in the scissor doodle. So then on the Monday, the 13th, this is usually a working day for me. However, I was expecting a phone call about from my daughter's doctor regarding an hearing test that she had done. Um, and as we didn't know what time they were calling, I booked annual leave so that I would be able to have my phone with me. And I added the phone doodle from the kit. I then added this flag to show that it was an annual leave day. Next up, I put down this box. Now I've put it on the 14th and I've left it on the 14th. And I realised actually the appointment was on the 15th. And I did go to it on the 15th. I just was obviously having a brain fart at that moment. So I labelled this as top secret appointment. I'm not going to tell you in this video what it was for, but in the Plan With Me memory video that I do for that day, you will see what it was in aid of. Next up, we have a appointment box for some dentist appointments. Both me and Millie had ours on the same day. It was Millie's first dentist appointment. Apparently, she did really well. I also put down a flag for a birthday. It was my husband's birthday that day. We didn't do anything. It was a nice quiet day. He's quite a homebody, so we just chilled out. He took the day off work and we just spent some time together. Next up, we have another appointment. It was another pre-diabetes session. Then on Friday the 24th, Millie has fortnightly sleepovers at my parents' house, and this was the night that she was due to stay at theirs. Again, I used a bow sticker from the kit for the doodle. Next up, Millie was due to have her hair cut whilst at my mum's house in the morning on the Saturday the 25th. It did get cancelled close to the time, but that was after I had planned. Also on this day was the first brunch and plan that Southwest Planner Club were putting on. I had planned to go, but then remembered last minute that I'd actually agreed to help my sister move. She was moving house throughout that week, and this was one of the big moving days, so I agreed to help her plan. I am hoping to go to next month's event though. They're held on the last Saturday of every month, and they're just a small get together rather than a full meet. And as it's only about an hour away from me, I'm willing to contribute to do that. Then on the 27th, it was Millie's third birthday. I had originally put this sticker down on the 20th, which was why it was already written and had a doodle. But then realised my mistake and moved it. Then on the 29th was my mother-in-law's birthday. We have quite a few birthdays from my husband's family in January. It's all go, go, go with presents. And again, another gift doodle. Then I remembered I'd missed one birthday, which was actually my husband's grandfather's birthday, which is on the 15th. So I've just laid that one down. And again, another doodle box, a gift box. And I added in the car doodle from the car pickup earlier. Then I decided that I didn't like the way I'd done the payday, and I actually had some spare boxes left over. So I lifted the piggy bank sticker and relaid a box. As I said previously, it had two paydays in January, so I just laid the same box again with another piggy bank sticker on the last day of the month. I absolutely love this kit. Love the greens and the pinks. As we all know, green goes good with pink. Um, love that the monthly kit also came with different um 2020 what year it was stickers. If you've noticed, obviously this says 2025 on the tree, but Anna did put in some other years. So if you haven't used this kit next year, you can get it and use it for next year. Then added in the doctor doodles for my diabetes sessions. I have a set of these from Anna's shop, so I just pulled the colours as close as I could to the kit. Then I used this Coffee Monsters grinning emoji for my dentist appointments to show our teeth because I don't actually have any dentist ones. I use this journal one from the kit and this Coffee Monsters um, haircut emoji. Then realised I didn't have any month scripts, so I've used this foil one from Tilly Journals. I was playing around with the placement, but actually I quite like with the background, it stands out against the fireplace. Then I added in my bin day stickers. Mine is clearly on a Tuesday. We have quite good bin service in our area, so it never fails to get done. And then finally, I'd forgotten one day and I hadn't left enough space, so it overlaps the date flag a bit, but it's okay. It's a very important one. It's the Peaches and Pages book club call, run by Beth Plans XO. And then she does a Teams call the last Wednesday of every month to discuss the book from the previous month. Now, Anna, can you tell me in the comments, is this doodle a book or is it like a soft-bound journal? Or am I just overthinking it? And there we have it. There's my plan with me for the month of January 2025. Love these colours. Pink's always been a favourite colour, and I love the soft muted vibe, a very chilled but elegant January start to 2025. If you enjoyed this, please leave comments, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.